Your idea of an alien
is a psyop.
I mean, right now, if I asked you to think of an alien, it's going to be, thin little body, big head, big eyes, gray skin. But the reality is early UFO reports weren't like that at all. So long before anybody was using the word alien, people were describing encounters with these beings that really mirrored our modern day UFO stories. You see, witnesses described human-like visitors. They described glowing beings, giants and dwarves, and honestly, their description sounded more like folklore than science fiction. There was a huge variety of species and beings. That's what I'm getting at. And these experiences are so old and they go way back. Decades and centuries. So the beings kept changing. One century it was fairies, another century it was UFOs. However, the experience didn't change. It was just the costume and interpretation.
And then,
from the 1950s onwards, Hollywood helped popularize and refine this shared understanding of an extraterrestrial.
And then,
the CIA and the military have a long documented history of working with Hollywood. It's way too long to get into right now. Pause this and read. What if the public wasn't necessarily given an idea of what an alien should look like, but instead they just took this complex idea and they simplified it? Instead of thinking ultra-terrestrials or interdimensional, we picture a little gray man, little green guy in a flying disc from another planet. Now, obviously, I know what you're thinking.
There's tons of people that have stepped forward saying there's different species, this and that.
If you know that, I'm not talking about you. What I'm talking about is the common person. I'm talking about like your
parents or something.
They picture an alien, they picture that little image. And so this vast array of different beings and species, or I don't know what they are, but it made the idea very dismissible and small. Look, I don't know about any of this. I'm just a guy on the internet talking about it, but I'd love to hear your comments. Thank you for watching.